Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Spa Grand Prix on F1 Esport League. Hope you're all having a nice evening, and today here with me I have a special host, is Mexican Burrito, who will be helping me
Hello,
commentate.
everyone. Yes, I am helping you commentate today. I'm very excited to do this, and I cannot wait to see the end result.
Alright, I'm gonna switch to the game now, and as we can see, we have 15 drivers here. Not 15, there is just a small mistake in the game with the number. We have 1, 2, 5. Alright, we have 12 drivers here today. And
Yes,
of course on this legendary Spa circuit.
should be in for a great qualifying.
Should be for a great qualifying and great race, of course. As we already see first drivers going out on the track. Here is Danny Boy for the racing point. On his outlap with Ray in Alfa Romeo. Another driver on his outlap is Farados, who is taking the GT3 pit lane here. And in Renault today, the reserve driver, here is Sebo, also in Alfa Romeo, the Season 1 champion, but having quite unlucky season so far. We already have a yellow flag, and it's Mercedes and it's Broodmail who has crashed out. Maybe from his teammate. Oh yeah, he most probably lost it in. So what do you think? Can it be an interesting race today?
I think it can be a very interesting race if they can keep up some consistency and speed. But as we can see here, there's some dirty driving already going on.
Yeah. And Danny Boy behind Morganko, who has pretty bad ping at this moment. And Danny Boy is giving him a little bit of gap, or so call himself, and I believe he has Ray behind him. Yes, it's Ray, who has been doing very well in Tier 2 and has moved up to Tier 1 recently. We have only 2 drivers in the pit lane, and it's Arako and Maverick, who are mostly waiting for a better gap.
Alright, they're starting their laps.
Oh, and Danny
now.
Boy has... Oh no, in his racing point has lost it, and oh, there was very close with Ray.
Dangerous.
And
The exit of that bus stop chicane is a very difficult one to master, so I don't blame him.
Ray doesn't seem to have any damage, so it should be good for him.
Coming up to Eau Rouge and Radion now. Oh,
Yeah.
switches.
Let's see how his fast lap will go.
Let's see the sector one time down the Camel Straight. Let's see his sector one time.
29.9.
It's a decent sector one time. Let's see how he fares in sector two. Quite smooth driving style he has here. He's looking good, very good. Coming up to No Name. Coming up to P1 now. Let's see how we go through here. Decent through P1. Could have definitely carried a bit more speed on entry, but fair enough. Let's see how his second sector fares for him. Coming up to it now.
He
One.
finish the sector 2 in any moment. He's already in sector 3. This can be very decent lap time.
Coming up to the bus stop chicane now. Let's see if he can not spin like the Racing Point did. He kind of cuts it, but Let's see how it goes for him. And his lap time is a
It's 1:43.
1:40.
Borjanko has finished the lap with. Oh, and Faraday has just jumped it in Renault by quite a lot.
42.7, 6 tenths faster. There. We'll see how the Ferrari does.
And the Ferrari has
And what lap
1:43.
time is this?
1:43.9.
1.2 off pole so far
And
of the fastest lap. Let's see how the Racing Point does.
sorry, there is Ray who has just crashed in the sector 2, and you can see his tire is bucked. And Honnold has just did an enough lap time for P3. And here is Maverick in the second Ferrari.
Coming through P1 now. Didn't spin out like Ray did. Went a bit wide there, but let's see how his second sector is.
1:16.4.
Definitely not as good as the. Oh!
That was very close. He hit the wall for a second. Doesn't seem to
He
have
can
any
still
damage.
carry on the lap.
But he has front wing damage, you can see it there.
Oh, yes.
So I think he's boxing at this moment. And now he finishes the lap.
No.
Let's see how it will go.
Let's see how he does here. Oh, this is going to be a 44.
45.
Horrible lap time. He should have aborted it and went for another one.
And Ray has left the session. So let's see if he will ask for invite again. Danny Boy in the Racing Point on his out lap, one of the two drivers who still haven't set a lap time. And of course Bruce Mail, but he has crashed out right at the start.
He's pushing quite hard for his out lap.
He isn't using the RS system to keep it on 100% for the fast lap. And here we can see the Williams of Araco on the fast lap right at this moment. 30.2 for sector 1.
3 tenths off the fastest. Oh, has a little kick out moment, but he's taking good speed through there. Coming up to P1 now. Let's see if he's brave enough. Took tremendous speed through there and didn't spin. Fair play. Coming up to this long chicane now. You need to clip the inside curve of the green to get maximum speed throughout the corner. Let's see how his second sector fares. He's done pretty well. A 14.4, is that correct?
Yeah, I think so. And Danny Boy started his fast lap now, so we will get to him at any moment. And
Which could be a potential fastest.
definitely could be. And he activates the DRS right now, and it's 1:42.9, and it's fourth fastest.
Oh, close enough, I guess.
Here is
Danny Boy.
Danny Boy. In Racing Point, the last driver not to set a lap time after his spin at first attempt. 30.08 for first sector.
Very good, only a tenth off the fastest, so he's still in this.
And he's lost it. Oh no. Danny
You
Boy
can't be
again.
getting the inside curve.
He took way too much of it. So he will
Yeah,
need to
you can't.
do a lot again.
Mm.
He had it very well and then lost it.
I think he has good pace, but he needs to put a lap together.
Yeah, definitely. There is a driver on a fast lap at this moment, and it's Mercedes driver Mazox. Well, he's not. He's tier 2 driver. He's tier 2, but he is filling up the places for today's race, and he isn't doing that bad so far. Down the camel straight, activates the DRS.
Coming to the first sector, let's see what it's going to be.
He's 10th, nearly 2/10 of place, but still pretty good.
Yes, he's still in this. Let's see his confidence through the
Oh,
second sector.
that was big lockup. Vraj retires from the pit lane because he thinks he doesn't need
Let's
any
see if
more
he
laps.
spins at P1. Oh, he doesn't spin.
He held it pretty well.
Okay, let's see a second sector time here then. It's a 1:15,
15, and he improves. And
I don't think he's going to move any positions, but he'll definitely set a faster lap than his one
yeah,
already.
there's a big gap, nearly 1 second between him and Brad. But he's definitely improved this time. And he pits. He's aborted the lap.
I thought that was going to be a pretty good lap. I thought he'd finish it, but guess not.
Another driver on a lap right at this moment is Borjanko, and here the Williams of Araco. Araco is having pretty decent sector 2, 114.1, and improves a lot. This can be pretty decent lap time. Let's see how he will go. And it is...
He could be P2. P1? No.
Yeah, he's P1 and 4 tenths
P1.
faster. So the fight for pole
Nice
positions
lap.
already begins.
Very nice lap. 5 minutes left of Q1. Let's see if anyone's going to go out again.
Yeah, and most of the drivers are retiring from the pit lane or just because they crashed, like Ray and Brute Mail. But here is War Jungle, not improving at all, so that's not his fast lap, I believe. And he goes into the... No, he stays out. Maybe he did 2 out laps, let's see. The lap had 2 minutes.
Is he starting his flying lap?
Maybe he just did 2 out laps and...
Coming up to Eau Rouge and Radion.
Pretty nicely.
Onto the Camel Straight. Let's see his sector 1 time.
Not bad. He took a lot of curb there.
He's looking very good. Didn't quite take enough exit on that corner, but...
The game lagged, and as we saw, he damaged his front wing. Run very wide
Very
here.
wide.
Yeah, he has the front wing
Very
damage, and he's
wide.
lost. Oh!
He's had a massive crash there.
How his tire isn't off, I don't know. Okay, he lets
How his
the racing point by. That's very good behavior. And
how
actually,
his
it's Danny
car
Boy.
isn't terminally his car should be terminally damaged.
Yeah, don't know how he did that. Must be extremely lucky there. Danny
Okay,
Boy
we've got the racing point.
finally might get a lap in. Cool drive, Rocco. Keep the good boy. I see Rocco supporters in the chat, and also in the chat I see my grandmas gave me some money to buy F1 2020. What a legend! Yeah, exactly. What a legend. All right, Danny Boy goes up to 6th place. Rocco retires from the session from the pit lane to make it skip. Danny Boy does the same, and Borjanko as well. So only 4 drivers to retire, and we might be able to skip this qualifying. Here is Mazox improving, but still has that giant gap to Brad.
Improvements in the second sector.
Yeah,
He's
this
coming up
might
to
be
the
very
third
good lap
now.
again.
Oh,
Oh, he had very solid lap, but then lost it.
the exit of that bus stop chicane is very difficult. So
Yeah,
I'm not surprised we're seeing loads of people spin out there.
Sebo and Honnold are both in the pit lane, and Matok the only car on track, and he could have done very solid lap time. But sadly for him, he lost it. I'm not sure if he's doing another flying lap or he's just. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna be a lap.
Maybe.
He's, you can see, nearly 5 seconds
No,
of the sector 1 pace.
no. Do you think he'll go? Oh, he doesn't have enough time to go for another one.
I don't. He can't make it. Sebo retires. Honnold should do. And I mean, like, Mazur should go to the pit lane after this lap, and Q1 will be over. Three seconds to go, and then there will be the 2 minute wait, 3 minute wait time. Honnold already has the checkered flag, and Mazox needs to cross the flag, and we will move to Q2, where also the strategic battle can start. Some people may try mediums for their qualifying lap. And now Mazox takes the flag, and qualifying is over. The Q1. And we say goodbye in Q1 to Ray and Broodmail, who both crashed out. Aroko tops the table with Faraday who's very closely behind him. As we move on to Q2 and start seeing the strategic battle. Here from Race Director you can see And sadly for Ray, it's DNF in qualifying. So let's see now how long it will take for drivers to move on from the menu. It's taking quite a long time.
Q1 was quite interesting.
Yeah, and I'm still in this menu for Q1.
Taking a long time to move to Q2, but we'll get there eventually.
Yeah, I hope so. Alright, session ends in 28 seconds, so finally it has. Alright, now we move finally on to Q2 where the strategic battle starts. And of course drivers need to make no mistakes or they will lose out.
And strategy plays a big part in Q2.
Of course you have, most probably I don't see anyone trying to qualify on hard tires. Most probably just the medium
Mediums
soft.
and yeah.
I already hear the engines firing up. Let's see who will be the first car, and I think it's Mazox.
Do you think he's trying the medium strategy? He is.
Yes, he is on mediums. And Borjanko goes out right ahead of him on softs. Now,
So the Mercedes is feeling pretty confident then.
as they are racing out on the big exit, Mazox goes straight ahead. Renault lets him by on the soft tires. And I think the both Renaults are giving each other a little bit of slipstream as they are right behind each other. Fardos and
Definitely.
Borjanko. And it's the same with Racing Points.
I'm interested to see how Mazox does on the mediums.
Can definitely be interesting to watch.
And it's also a great strategy for the race.
He will have the soft tires in the end, so most probably he will have the soft tires.
Yes.
So it might give him big advantage at the end of the race, where everybody will be on the mediums, old mediums, and he will go to the new softs.
But of course he has to have the speed to qualify through, so let's see how he does.
Yeah. And he approaches the bus stop chicane now. He of course needs not to spin at the exit. And he starts the fast lap now, opens his DRS. There's a yellow flag, and I think one of the racing points was slowing down.
Right, let's see how he does through Eau Rouge and Radion. Very neat and tidy through there. Now onto the Camel Straight to get to the first sector mark. Let's see how he does here. It's
33. That's very solid on the medium
for
tires.
mediums as well. Yeah. Right, coming up to the middle of sector 2. Has a little lock up, but saves it.
There's oh no!
And he spins out. That was going to be a decent lap for medium tyres.
Now he has destroyed the set of mediums, of course. He lets
And he
the
might as well have
He lets the
He might
Reynolds get past him, as we can see Farados and Borjanko.
he might
That
have to qualify on softs now.
Yeah, he destroyed the mediums, and Borjanko goes off. And now we get to Faraday then, who continues his fast lap, and he will end sector 2 right at this small straight. 1:13.7, very solid lap time.
He got a big slipstream from his teammate, so that might have helped a lot.
Yeah, definitely good. His teammate went off after. Now he continues his flying lap.
Coming through the bus stop chicane to finish his lap, and let's see where this goes. Doesn't spin.
This will be very good lap time. Oh my goodness, 1:41.9. That's very solid lap
Jeez.
time.
For Q2 as well.
Yeah, definitely. Honnold,
Right,
second driver to do a proper lap, is nearly 1 second off his pace. Wow. And there's Williams, and I believe it's FHD Bolt. And he's off, and I believe he's done the same thing as other drivers before in Q1. And here is Sebo in the Alfa Romeo on his first flying lap, 1:15.3. There's nearly 2 seconds of Faraday's, I believe, in sector 2. As we now go on board with Sebo 55, and let's see how he will do. Approaching the bus stop chicane. Needs not to spin here, but small oversteer. And it's 1:44.052.
2 seconds off the Renault.
Here is
Unbelievable.
FHD. Here are the Ferraris on fast lap. At least Maverick, who hasn't put a lap in yet. And he is also behind Williams and the Racing Points ahead. And the Racing Point goes off to let him by.
Coming up to sector 2 time, let's see how it is.
And it's actually, I believe, slower than Sebo's one. Let's see if he can get it at sector 3. Sebo retired from session. I'm not sure if he crashed there, but if I look on the minimap, I believe he's crashed. If you look at the sector 2 after the where is approaching the Williams now, I believe that Sebo crashed out. So Sebo will be most probably out of this qualifying. Maverick goes 1:43.9, and yes, Sebo has crashed out. So for Sebo is qualifying over once again in Q2.
No one is able to touch that 1:41.9 time.
Yeah, nobody is even near it. But of course now maybe Arocco in the Williams started his fast lap now. Arocco and Faraday, the biggest contenders for pole position. Let's see how his sector 1 time will be like. This could be pretty decent to 30.066. That's not bad at all.
Very decent.
Faraday's retires from the pit lane, of course, so it's good. Mazox is on his outlap as well now, same with Danny Boy. Oh, he nearly lost it there, but he's doing good.
Through P1 we go.
Very nice. There's a yellow flag in sector 3. I'm not sure what's happened there, but I see Reynolds. I'm most probably letting somebody by. Alright, the sector 2 time. Oh my god, 1:13.9.
He's absolutely smashed that.
Definitely. Let's see if he can keep it together. Alright, as he approaches the bus stop now.
Sorry.
Very
Cuts the chicane.
little, but
Let's see what this is.
143.3, but still can touch the 141.9.
1.4 seconds off. That is insane.
Yeah.
So it's looking like no one's going to be able to qualify on the mediums.
Here is the racing point of Danny Boy, running very wide on his fast lap.
Ooh.
That's ruined his lap, and Mazox is also on soft, so nobody will qualify on mediums. Maybe some guys who have crashed out in Q1 or Q2 like Sebo, maybe be
Let's see
able
a
to.
sector 2.
116, so that's nearly 3
Very
seconds
far.
off the guys. Maybe get some time in sector 3. Let's see, there's a yellow flag in the pit lane. He approaches it now and activates the DRS. This won't be alright. He's the slowest from the guys who have set a proper lap time.
Well, at least he didn't spin like he did on the mediums.
Yeah, and also here is Aroko, but not on the fast lap. None of the drivers are on the fast lap at the moment. Mazok is prepared on an in lap. As we see Aroko go in the pit lane. Mazok is the only car on track at this moment. Aroko retired.
Is Mazox on a fast lap?
I don't think so. Because he must
No.
run out of fuel anyways. So. He's only the last car on the track at the moment. Danny Boy goes on an out lap. And as we can see, Mazox is already out of the fuel, so
Danny Boy is on an out lap.
yeah, and Mazox will go to the pit lane now. Danny Boy just started sector 2 on his out lap. Here is Danny Boy, and still on the out lap. Will start up very shortly. In his racing point, hopefully don't make any mistakes. Many drivers on the Discord said they haven't got any training because they didn't have time during the week. So that's what may be affecting their performance.
Bar is a very hard track to master because of its length.
Yeah, definitely. And Danny Boy crosses the line now, starts the fast lap.
And
As
let's see
he
how he does.
goes. Let's go on board with the racing point.
Through Eau Rouge and Radion. Bit tentative, but makes it through okay.
Activates the DRS.
Coming up to the end of Sector 1, let's see his time. And it's a 30.0, so decent, but not amazing. Let's see how he does through sector 2. Taking good speed. Coming up to corner with no name. Through there, nice speed. Down to Puon. Let's see how he does here. Is he confident? Oh, he's gone wide, but still takes decent speed through there. Coming through the long chicane now. Coming to the end of sector 1. Takes okay speed through there. Coming up to the end of sector 2. Let's see what his time is. And he is set purple in sector 2.
This might be very decent lap time if he doesn't make any mistakes and keep it together. 30 seconds left.
Let's see how this goes for him. This could be P2.
Definitely. And
I don't think he can get.
Now he's got it a little bit wrong, but he crosses the line in 5th behind his teammate.
Very nice lap time.
Not bad at all.
Very.
Racing points ahead of the Ferrari. He retires and we have 1 second left and Q2 is over. Yeah, at this moment Q2 is over. Nobody qualified on the medium tires. So
everyone's going to be on the same strategy for the race, which will make it quite interesting.
Sebo is out because of course he crashed out. And now it's time to start the fight for pole position. In Q3, Faradeus and Aroko the biggest contenders. Of course Borjungle as well. Racing Points running very solid P4 and P5. Ferraris right behind them. This might be very interesting.
If that Renault can do us another sub 1 minute 42 in Q3, I reckon it's got pole. But definitely. It needs a toe off its teammate.
And I believe he will definitely get one.
Right, let's see who gets pole here then. I'm very interested. There's maybe 4 or 5 contenders here.
This will be very interesting, and as we see the Reynolds, or at least one Renault has gone out. I'm not sure which one it is, and it's Borjungle. Faradeus is not out yet. The Racing Points have both gone out behind each other. Borjungle is out on the soft tires, of course. But at this moment, he isn't giving his teammate a tow. Faradeus is still in the pit lane, and he goes out now. In pretty clean air.
So he's not going to get a tow.
This might give advantage to Aroko, at least at the first run. Faradeus took the GT3 pit lane once again. Oh, and he's lost it out of it. This may damage his tires. And the Williams is approaching now. Alright, so he's led them by safely. And the first driver to start a fast lap will be Borjungle here. Touch the grass a little bit, and he's lost it! Both Reynolds has made a mistake. And is his duty now to let Racing Points by. The Racing Point was forced a little bit wider. The second Racing Point will approach him, so now I'm not sure if Honold. Yeah, it's Honold who will start the fastest lap at this moment. So both Reynolds spun out basically in 20 seconds time. And Honold starts the fast lap now in a Racing Point. The number 64, I believe, on his car. Not sure about that. as he will approach our Ruth and Radion in any moment. Let's see how
He's coming up to the Camel Straight now. He cuts Radion, but it's okay. Opens DRS, coming up to the end of Sector 1. Let's see how he does here.
Very solid. 29.
29.6.
This is very solid.
Nice. If he can keep this speed through Sector 2, he definitely has a chance at the pole, but he's got to be consistent.
Definitely, yes, and let's see. Oh, that was very close, but he doesn't have any damage, at least from the camera point of view. The front wing looks fine, runs a little bit wide. He runs a lot wide. And there's a yellow flag in Sector 3, and Rad in Sector 2 has crashed out in a Ferrari.
Coming up to the end of Sector 2.
Very solid Sector 2 as well. Not what we saw in Q2 from Faraday's, but very solid still.
If he can keep this up, he's definitely got a good chance at pole.
There's a Renault as well, yellow flags. Mercedes spawned him safely. So no penalties will be applied. Now he just needs to keep it together, and let's see how his lap time will be like. 1:42.8.
I don't think that's going to be enough for pole. I think he needs a low 1:42 or late 1:41.
Danny Boy is 1 second behind him. Here is Faraday, who's having very solid lap time. Look at the Sector 2 time, 1:13.5. Maybe he can do the 1:41 again, if he can hold it. Let's see how it will go like. As he approaches the bus stop now. Activates DRS. And it's, oh my world, 1:41.7. Oh,
very nice.
FHD goes to P2, but still very far behind Faraday's.
I think they're going to need a wondrous lap time to overtake the Renault. Yeah. Through the bus stop, the William comes. Let's see its lap time.
Yeah, this might be 1-4. Okay, so Aracle beats his teammate, but they are very close to each other. But Faraday was absolutely flying at Spa here today. Williamses are nowhere near him. There's a yellow flag. That might be a hope for Williams that Faraday has done a mistake. And he definitely did. There was a yellow flag with him, but he isn't out, so that's not good news for Williams. Honnold is first in the pit lane. I'm not sure if War Jungle is on fast lap, but it looks to be so. I'm still not sure because he made a mistake there in the first lap, but this might be very solid lap time as well. He activates the DRS. And he goes to P2, is currently Renault front for lookout. Oh my word. He's still
very nice lap time.
He's still quite behind his teammate, but first row for Renault, second row for Williams, third row for Racing Points. We have three rows locked out by teams. And Faradeus has a 5 place grid penalty for collision with, I believe it's FHD. So at this point of view, I don't know if FHD as well, but Faradeus has 5 place grid penalty, which means Borjanko is currently on pole.
Yeah,
and Faradeus retired.
P6 in this case.
I'm gonna go right up to Discord and see. Alright, so I'm not sure about the penalties at the moment. Let me check your race director. And Faraday has a grid penalty, but he's the only one. I don't see this and next lap time is invalidated for FHD bot, but for this.
It doesn't say anything about it.
So I believe Faradeus is at this moment pretty much out of contention because he will start bestly 5th at the race. Which is of course basically good news for his teammate, who will
Yeah,
start
pole
on
position
pole.
for him.
And it's just 3 minutes, and I'm not sure who is on the second run. Aroko is, and he's improving, but not enough so far to reach Borjanko. And if he tops the time which the Borjanko has, he might beat him.
Three minutes left of Q3.
Yeah,
Let's see if anyone can pull it out the bag and still pole.
Honnold is on outlap with Danny Boys, so they both need to get to the line in time, but I believe they will. And Aroko Wold slipped with his car a little bit, and he improved, but doesn't get near enough to beat Borjanko. And I believe at this moment, the only one who can threaten him is the Racing Points on the outlaps. And
I don't think they have the Williams have another chance to go for it, so I think that's qualifying over for them. But the Racing Points definitely have an opportunity here.
yeah, they need to keep it. Danny Boy is giving his teammate a slipstream. They have good gap, and Mazok retires from the pit lane, as per the logic. And the Ferrari of Maverick goes out. Let's see if he can make another lap. He has 1 minute to do it on the outlap, so that might be very close. The
But he
racing
should have
points,
enough time.
racing points advantage from Danny Boy's point of view. So racing points are both on a
Racing
fast lap
Points.
now.
They're very close together, so if they're trying a tow here, they're too close.
Definitely yes. This might not work out for them.
Ooh, they're just about far enough, but could have definitely been better.
Here we can see the back camera and
Jeez.
oh my word, Danny Boy lifts the lap and Honnold is now the only one on the fast lap, but he's done very good sector 2. Just sorry, sector 1.
That massive tow definitely helped him.
But Danny Boy is now out of contention because he had to lift it. And there's
Right,
a
let's see if it.
Borjanko finished the lap, but I don't think he improved. And he retires. Oh, run a little bit wider, Honnold.
Let's see what he does through Sector 2. He can definitely go to one of the podium spots if he can keep this lap together. Goes a bit wide through there, comes through. Let's see a Sector 2 time. Oh! He could be pole here.
Definitely, he's fast as hell at this moment. He needs to keep it together through sector 3, and he can definitely get decent position.
Yeah, he needs pole. He needs to nail the bus stop chicane. Let's see how he goes through here.
Very nice so
Nice,
far.
nice. Just don't spin.
Let's go to the
Ooh.
onboard. Gets small away with his car, but he's up to
Ooh.
P3, so he's second. Because Faraday was a penalty.
Very
So,
nice, very nice.
Second for Racing Point, and the only driver who's doing a lap at this moment is Maverick in a Ferrari. Alright, so let's see sector 2. Here he can make many mistakes. He needs to keep it together. But I believe in his head is now all or nothing. If you look on board with
As
him,
ooh,
and I'm not
I
sure,
don't think this is fast enough.
but he did. Let's see. And
He just needs to send this. He needs to absolutely send it into the bus stop
he
if
has
he's going to have
nothing to
any
lose.
chance.
He has nothing to lose, so let's see what Maverick does here.
Ooh,
Break
very.
too late. Oh, he got way
Oh,
too tight in there. Way too tight. And there is
not
not going
good.
to be decent lap from this, but he improved. He improved
And
actually.
let's see the end result.
And he's still sixth.
Tip.
And so the
And let's see how the
qualifying
grid
is
is for the race.
over. But of course, Fardeus maybe P1 here. But he has that 5 place grid penalty. So Borjanko is on pole with Honnold behind him. Then the Williams is on the second row. Then Ferrari of Maverick. Then Danny Boy in the second racing point. Mazox in 8th place. And Brad, who has crashed out in a Ferrari, will be P9.
So the Reynolds,
Sebo will be P10.
very.
And then the Ray P11 and P12 will be. I'm not sure. Brute Mail. Yeah, the Reynolds. What do you want to say?
The Reynolds are very fast around here, but the lead Renault got dropped down to P6, so he's going to have to pull off some overtakes in the race. But he has good pace.
Lights out, very near, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hope for a good and clean race. Race Panda and Mexican Burrito by the microphone. 25 seconds to the formation lap. Let's see how it will go.
Oof, I'm excited for this. I reckon one of the racing points or the Renault will win. They both showed great pace today, but it could go any way.
Also, the Williamses are in contention. They have very good race pace. So let's see how it will go. Let's hope for no turn 1 incidents. Only Mazox loading in now. And now the formation lap will start. And there they go.
And obviously, everyone's starting on soft tyres, so there's no outliers in the strategy. Everyone's doing the same thing. But in a way, that makes it more interesting because more equal racing.
Brute Mail is actually on medium tires, so he has went for the alternative strategy after the crash he had. So Brute Mail starting from P12 is actually on mediums, the only driver to be on medium tires if we look.
He's got to have a lot of confidence here if he's going to pull off this strategy. You have to be very fast and just try and keep up with the people ahead. And then later on, that's when you come good. But you have to be patient.
Exactly, agree with you. Formation lap. And 2 drivers, Sebo and Vart, got disqualified from the formation lap because they touched, but on formation lap you don't get any damage, I believe, so it should be good for them. Now Honnold and Borsham could both in contention and will both break as late into turn 1. So that will be very, very interesting. And maybe if the top 2 have some instance, the Williams might take an advantage of this.
And let's get ready for the race start. They're coming
Yeah.
through the bus stop chicane now. And let's see who will lead out of turn 1. Coming up to their grid spots now.
so this will be very short to lights out. Here we can see Honnold.
And
And
here we go.
lights out, and once again it's kind of laggy at the start. This is very interesting. Alright, now there are lights out and away we go. And Ray got terrible start. And it's Honnold, wheel to wheel with Borjankel. There was contact, one of the Williamses was off. Borjankel leads away. Arauco passed Maverick back.
The Racing Point's coming back at him. He'll get a slipstream down the Camel Straight. Let's see what you can do. It's not going to be enough, but...
It's not going to be enough. Borjankel is safely in the lead so far. There are yellow flags, and there's a Mercedes. I believe of Mazox. Yeah, it's Mazox.
Everybody.
Farideus and... Oh, Brute Mail and Farideus is in the wall. Front wing damage. He's not out, but front wing damage for Farideus. FHD bot is at 4th place. Danny Boy now racing with Maverick. Maverick went a little bit wider there. Now they are very close to each other. Oh, sorry. My bad. Very close to each other, and Maverick!
Oh.
No way! Maverick doesn't seem to have that much of damage. There is Ray. Sebo at solid P6 after all this contact. Maverick loses out as well. Oh! There was... Maverick was in the wall. I saw it. Yeah, there he is. We saw it from the Mercedes cam. How are the Williams is doing? And there's a safety car, virtual safety car.
So the Renault leads through lap 1, followed by the Racing Point, the Williams, and the other Williams as well. So this is a very interesting
this
starting
was
5. But
very, very strong lap 1, but we get a virtual safety car. Sebo pits. I'm not sure why. Let's see if he will get a front wing change as well, or is this some strategy? But I don't think he will be able to make it to the end of the... Yeah, he fits for a front wing change. Gets the hard tires on. As he leaves the pit lane. Farideus is in the pit lane as well. I don't see which tires are going on, but he's definitely changing a front wing. The virtual safety car ended, so we get back to front. Borjankel leads, still away from Honnold and the Q Williams behind him. They have quite a big gap, these top 4, to the other guys. Borjankel went a little bit on grass there. Now we saw few mistakes from him in qualifying. This is maybe what the ones. But FHD now overtakes Arauco. Williams are racing each other. This is of course helping the top 2 drivers.
yes, they're getting away, but the Racing Point is staying with the Renault. He's not letting him build up a gap. And so
there's a yellow flag and Farideus is out. Farideus is
the
DNF.
pole sitter.
The guy who set the quickest lap time. Got penalty in qualifying. He had very unlucky first lap. Is now out.
The Racing Point's very close behind the Renault. He could be having a move up to the Camel Straight. Let's see.
Let's see if Honnold can keep it together on board with him. Raced it in the fastest
He's
lap
using
time.
his ERS.
But now Borjankel is getting a little bit way too far. I believe what
and
Racing
he'll get
Point
DRS in the top.
DRS gets activated now. And what happened to FHD bot?
Enough.
I believe there was contact between the Williams because FHD has now fallen out and lost out. So Danny Boy in 4th place is very solid for Racing Points. Arauco kind of far off them. Honnold still behind Borjanko here.
Getting close to the wall on the exit, but they're coming through down to Puon. These two seem to be very consistent, and let's see how they go throughout the race.
Racing Point went a little bit wider there.
The
And
Renault pulling out a small gap, but the Racing Point still keeping check on him.
As we are watching this battle for the lead, FHD has lost out to Brute Mail as well, so he might have damage after contact with most probably his teammate. Or maybe just lost it in the sector 2, but it seemed like he had contact with his teammate. Which is of course very unlucky for the Williams, but I'm not sure at the moment what happened, but it seemed like teammate collision. Now Honnold is out of the DRS range, but he still has DRS.
So for first is heating up. Let's see if Honnold can make an overtake and secure this first place, or if Borjanko can pull ahead and out of the DRS.
There's a yellow flag, and FHD, one of the Williams, is DNF. Now I'm just gonna switch back to the leader. There's a virtual safety car again. So one of the Williams is out. Same with Reynolds. Sebo gets to P8 then. Virtual safety car. So the pack will get bunched up once again.
The second virtual safety car of the race already, and we're only on lap 4.
Drive-through penalty for Borjanko after speeding under the virtual safety car. So the race leader has drive-through penalty now. This is all what Honnold could wish to happen. Because now even Borjanko got a better restart of the race. He got it wrong with the delta and lost it. And now he has drive-through penalty. And Borjanko is out of the race as well. He has dropped in sector 2. Honnold leads from Arauco, Danny Boy, Ray at P4.
Honnold is leading the race, followed by the two Williams.
No,
let's see what he can do.
Mazok also has a drive-through. Let's see if the Williams can close down to Honnold. Honnold had a little bit of oversteer on the exit. Arauco is the only hope for Williams now.
I think Honnold looks really good here, and I think he can hold off this Williams, but let's see how he goes down the Kimmel Straight. Does the William have DRS on him? No, he doesn't.
Honnold seems to have better pace at the moment.
Clearly pulling away from him in sector 2. The Williams only just able to see him at the exit of corners.
Now he's still 1 second behind Honnold. And the field is kinda all around the track. Only the top 2 are pretty close to each other. And Arauco looked extremely well in Q1. Let's see what he can do now. He's following the race leader, but he is out of the DRS range. So the only thing he might have is a slipstream.
He's not letting him get out of his sight, but the Racing Point is pulling away and has great race pace here, so he's going to need to pull out something special.
This might be, I believe, first Racing Point victory. There's a yellow flag, and it was Ray. And right behind is his teammate Sebo. Let's see if Sebo can get past him, but I believe Ray just got up to pace. And Sebo is still 2 seconds behind his teammate. He's on the hard tires because he had incident in the first lap, Honnold leads by quite a lot.
The top two are the only ones close on track right now. The others are very widely spread apart.
Arago improved his best sector 2 time. Arago is putting Honnold under a lot of pressure, I think, at the moment, because Honnold is fighting for a lot. But Arago
He's
as
keeping
well.
the gap. He's keeping the gap between them under 1.5 seconds, which is good. So Honnold has to push here.
And maybe then undercut could work for him and get past Honnold, or at least get close to him in the pit lane.
Let's see what Rocco can do.
Rocco
He
is
has
definitely
great
trying.
consistency here.
And Rocco is getting him down at the moment. He might get a DRS if he keeps this up, as he's pushing a lot now.
He's going to have to send it through the bus stop chicane to get DRS. Let's see what he can do.
He won't have DRS at the moment, I think. I'm not sure. No, he won't. But now he's in DRS detection zone, so he might get it down the Camel straight, which of course would put him into a striking. Oh, there's a yellow flag once again, and it's a Ray, and this time his teammate Sebo gets very close, and Sebo was way too hungry there and breaks his front wing. That was way too aggressive by Sebo. But now back to the race leaders. Honnold. Here you can see Arago behind him.
Staying very close to him, but just outside of that amazing DRS zone he needs. Honnold and Rocco are very consistent here.
Definitely, and they are both very fast, as his teammate Danny Boy missing nearly 7 seconds to his teammate.
Making few mistakes here and pushing quite hard.
Sebo is in the pit lane, so he drops down to last place of the runners. He collided basically with his teammate after his teammate made a mistake, which is not something good for Alfa Romeo.
Again, the closest battle on track right now is the one we're watching for the lead. Yellow flag, sector 2. It's a Mercedes.
Yeah, it was brute male, I believe, but it's okay. Once again, here we watch the pink racing point of Honnold. Now he actually got far away of Arago. And Arago pits. The game on.
Hard. Ooh, undercut.
Undercut from Arago. Let's see if Honnold will really react, but let's watch Arago's pit stop. Brad pits as well. Danny Boy stays out. But I believe
mediums or hards.
Hards. That's interesting. But he goes out.
Okay.
And he might be very
I
close.
I think mediums could have made it to the end.
So let's see Honnold's lap times. Isn't doing that bad so far. Arago now is threatening Honnold by an undercut. But of course it might be very close, but at the moment, if Honnold will get slower pit stop, it might work for Arago, or at least he will get a little bit closer. And now we need to see if Honnold will actually react.
I think Honnold's going to go long and wait to go on the mediums.
That's definitely a possible strategy as well for Honnold. This will be very close out of the pit lane. Because pit stop, I believe, takes something around 20 seconds in Spa. And definitely this is game on.
He's gonna have to pit. Yeah, he is gonna have to pit this lap to maintain his lead.
If he won't, Arago will be close enough and will eventually undercut him. So let's see what Honnold's strategy will go like.
Coming up to the bus stop chicane, will he pit or carry on?
Let's see if he will stay out. No, he goes in. Let's see what tires it will be.
I think he's going on mediums.
I also think so, but I believe Araujo will get the lead.
Yes.
So Danny Boy stays out. So he goes on mediums. Here is Araujo, and he definitely gets into the lead of this race. Honnold just got out of this pit box. This will be very close.
I think it's a change in lead here.
Araujo. No! Honnold got it right. And he's still ahead of Araujo. Danny Boy leads the race, but of course he still didn't pit. Maybe Araujo on the tires, which have some trim pressure already, might get close to him, but the undercut hasn't worked. He's on safer
And he's also
strategy.
on the hard.
He's on safer strategy.
He's on the hard.
This might cost Williams the victory here.
Yes, because Honnold is on mediums and they're the faster tyres. And unless Honnold has a spin or really suffers from tyre wear, I don't see how Rocco can catch up to him.
Maybe at the end he will get more performance from the hard tires because the mediums will drop down more quickly. But once again, these are the only guys who are close to each other on track, and they are fighting for the race victory here. But I'm not sure what Araujo will do here. Honnold needs to make a mistake for Araujo to get ahead.
I mean, he could always pit and go onto the softs and try and hunt him down. But we'll see.
Danny Boy pits in. I believe it's also mediums. This might get close with Brute Mail. Brute Mail at P4 might get close to Danny Boy at the moment. But I don't think
this is going to be very tight on the exit.
Brute Mail hasn't pitted yet, of course, because he's on mediums, I believe. Or at least I'm not sure, but Danny Boy goes out. Here is Brute Mail on the medium tires. Going the longer strategy, this might be very... But no, once again, Racing Point's got the window right and Danny Boy is ahead on mediums. Araujo is still very close to Honnold.
He has good pace on these hards, Rocco, but Honnold is on the medium, so he definitely has an advantage.
Definitely does have an advantage at the moment.
But later on in the race, the hards might come good, as they have more durability, obviously.
Sebo is quite behind. But of course... Oh, Araujo actually, at this moment, he will get a DRS. Which is good for him, but he needs to get in that 1 second. Because with DRS he can do much more. Oh, and now he's touched the grass.
Goes wide.
But he's still in it.
This might ruin his chance for DRS, but he's still there. He's just outside of the 1 second.
He needs to get into the DRS to have a chance to attack.
No, he's not going to get it. That Racing Point looks fast in a straight line.
Definitely does. He always gets time at Sector 2, but in Sector 1 and Sector 3 he's losing out to the Racing Point. But he's trying on the harder tires. Chase down.
He's not going to get the DRS going onto the Kemmel straight. It'll just be outside of it, but he'll get a nice slipstream.
Yeah, now he's get under 1 second, but of course now it's not that useful. Here, beautiful helicopter camera. And maybe, just maybe, Honnold needs to look more after his tires, and Araujo is more safer on the hard tires, that's why they are still keeping the same performance.
Yes, because Rocco can push more, Honnold will have to preserve his tyres. But let's see how it evolves. Oh, is he going to get DRS? He's very close to it.
He's very close. And I'm like, it's the main goal he must have now. Because with DRS he can actually get more closer or at least keep with him.
Let's see what he can do down this long sector 3. Can he get under 1 second? It doesn't look like it. That racing point looks to be fast in a straight line.
Definitely is fast as well.
Through the bus stop chicane we're coming up to. He's not going to get DRS here.
Oh, he doesn't get DRS. But, oh, there's an, I believe it's, no, it was Ray who's gone off again at sector 2. But now
I think
back to this
Rocco's got
guys.
DRS.
Now Rocco might get the DRS down the Camel Straight.
It's going to be close.
Brute Mail is in the pit lane.
Oh, does he get DRS?
Yes!
He does.
Hey, Williams has DRS. He opens it. He's not
Now we're
enough.
on.
But that's definitely what he needed.
This will definitely help him get closer to him and maybe think about an overtake.
There's another
But he
yellow
needs
flag
to
with
stay under
Ray.
1 second.
And Smazox overtakes him. And Ray has a lot of front wing damage. You can see it. But I'm now gonna go back to the race leaders. And the fight for the victory.
Oh, he's just outside of that DRS zone.
They are both driving perfectly with no mistakes today. He's trying his best. And now he's actually in the
He's
DRS
under the
zone.
1 second.
That's where he needs to be, but now it's again outside.
That racing point is just too fast in a straight line.
That's where Aroko is most struggling against the racing point most.
But he's very good off the exit.
He's very fast out of the exit and he sets fastest lap at the moment. And now he's once again in the detection zone where he needs to be for the Camel Straight. And look, is it gonna be close enough?
Will he get DRS?
Yes, he will.
Yeah. Danny Boy looks secure for 3rd position.
Definitely does. There's a yellow flag and I believe it's Sebo. I'm not sure, but it's the only Alfa Romeo left. And oh my world! Sebo parked literally in the middle of the track. Maybe we can see him from Dunham. Honnold nearly crashed into him. As you can see here from Danny Boy's point of view, he's literally in the middle of the racetrack.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, Sebo must be really struggling there. And there's a yellow flag with the Williams, and as you can see, it has cost Arako a lot of time, and now he's not even close to Honnold. Honnold gained a lot of time there.
4 seconds.
5 seconds now. Oh my world, what Sebo was doing there, I don't know.
This has changed the race completely. Rocco has got to really catch up here. He was only just about in the DRS zone now.
They were so close to each other, but now Arako has a lot to catch up. Oh my word, that was so close.
This is still the closest battle on track, but now they're 5 seconds apart.
They are very far away from each other at the moment. And now I don't see a hope for Aroko on the hard tires to actually get close to Honnold.
Unless he can pull out something magical, I'd think the same. But Rocco definitely looks very consistent and fast, so he might be able to pull the gap down, but it's not looking very promising.
Wait, I'm not sure now, but we talk about Sebo being in the middle of the track, but I believe it was actually Ray who got off there and his car was just parked there as he was DNF'd.
Maybe.
Maybe because Sebo was completely different on the track map, so we have blamed the wrong person here, most probably.
Yeah, I think you're right because Sebo is only 8 seconds behind Mazok, so I think you're right.
That wouldn't be even close, and now at the moment, we all we can see is Aroko trying to chase down the racing point of Honol, who's leading by 5 seconds.
These two have very equal pace. He's not been able to get the gap down by much, but
He's
he's
now
slowly.
backing him down by a little amount, but Honnold is giant lead as we can see him here down the Camel Straight as Arako just got out of Hirosh. And
Only 7 laps to go here at Spa.
7 laps to go. I would love to see the tire wear Honnold has now because it seems that Arako's advantage at the hard tires is trying to starting to pay off as he's getting some time of Honnold here, who's maybe losing
But
some grip at the medium tires. Danny Boy looks
which
very
may
safe.
help. It may help Rocco catch back up to him and overtake him, but we'll have to wait and see. 7 laps to go.
7 laps to go
This is going
down.
to be interesting. This is still by far the closest battle on track, but there's 4 seconds between them. But Rocco is slowly pulling that gap down, but whether
This
he
is the
can pull it down
pace.
to under 1 second.
This is the pace he needs to keep up to get close to the racing point. And of course I can't be sure we are seeing the true preference because maybe Honnold is just saving fuel and Aroko is actually pushing on the rich mix. We don't know that. That might also be the case. But if not, it must be the Honnold tire wear. If you look on board, his tires don't look that bad at all. But he
I think
definitely...
Rocco is definitely starting to reel him in some more because he's only 4 seconds behind now.
Now can he get this gap down?
Well, there's 6 laps to go, and tyre wear is definitely going to play a part in this. So I think if he can be consistent and fast, Rocco can definitely still have a chance here.
Brutmail is in the pit lane, and from... Wait, was he running mediums this entire time? I thought he was in pit lane
Fast.
already, and he changes his front wing and goes on softs. The
He
Mercedes,
can go for fastest lap.
maybe. Let's see where his teammate is now. This will be very close between the two Mercedes.
Ooh.
And oh, this will be very close, but he's got past his teammate.
Oh,
So Brutmail lost track position to Mazox, but he's on softs now. And these guys are also very close to each other.
1.7 seconds between them. Let's see if the two Mercedes are going to have a fight.
Maybe, because he's on softs now, and he definitely wants his track position back because he is the one who is driving tier 1 regularly. Mazox is replacing from tier 2. Now Brutmail, oh! Now he got very close.
Very wide.
He got very wide, but also extremely close to Mazox.
Rocco has got the gap down to under 4 seconds.
Araujo is backing down, as we can see in these gaps. And now the Mercedes. Brute Mail. There was. Oh!
Oh!
There's
Oh
front
my
wing
god.
damage for Brute Mail. This was not very good defending from Mazox, I believe.
He's
and
going
now,
to have to pit again.
Yeah, and he will lose then track position to Sebo 55 as well. This is not what Mercedes would have wanted at all.
No. He's going to have to pit
good.
again, but maybe he can get faster.
Whoa!
Oh! What? He doesn't pit?
He didn't pit it. He sent it, and Mazox got forced off and got penalty for corner cutting. What's going on here between the Mercedes?
Are they being dirty now?
They definitely got angry on each other. What's going on here?
Oh
Mercedes, Mazox and Brookmail.
They're gonna have a huge crash.
They will if they will keep this up. Oh! Oh! That happened immediately. Virtual safety car out. And Mazox is out of the race. What the hell was that? Sebo.
Dirty driving from the both of them.
Definitely. They got way too mad on each other. Brute man will have to pit, so he can't just keep on track like this.
His front wing is completely gone.
Now Araujo can maybe get under the virtual safety car a bit closer to Honnold. That was way too dirty from both of the drivers. They've got angry on each other, but
yeah,
they just lost their nerves, and this was way too much.
Way too much, and now the Mercedes is going to have to pit, and Sebo will go up to 5th. Rocco does not seem to be catching up to Honnold that much, but there's still 5 laps to go here.
Nobody got a penalty for speeding under the VFC, and Brute Mail, does he have the front wing damage still? Yes, he has. So Sebo is pretty safely on P5 at the moment. Araujo still 4.5 behind. Now it's just about no mistakes for Honnold.
Yeah, unless Honnold makes a mistake, Rocco, I don't think he can catch up.
Araujo very far behind. Now I believe he's losing some hope at the moment because
there's still 4 laps to go here, so
still anything can happen. And yeah, now Brute Mill is 1 lap down because of the pit stop.
Rocco looks very fast, but so does Honnold.
Definitely, and Rocco is still on the hard tires. Let's see how Honnold's tires looks like from his onboard. It doesn't seem to be that bad, at least from my point of view. It definitely seems like his tires are still on his best. And it's the same with Rocco. So I'm not sure.
I think Honnold either has to really suffer from tyre wear in the next couple of laps or make a huge mistake for Rocco to catch up. Let's see how he goes through Sector 2. 4.2 seconds the gap. Coming through Sector 2 now. He's not far off his personal best lap, but Honnold is still going well.
Very close if Honnold makes a mistake, but now the gap is pretty safe. And I'm not sure if there's much they could do here.
No, I think Honnold's won this. He has been very good today, consistent throughout, and made
Araku says
zero
fastest
mistakes.
lap, so Araku has the fastest lap as well. Brutmail pits again. Maybe he's going for another set of soft compound tires, or he has front wing damage again. So they put on Mercedes new front wing. As he gets out, will get also lapped by Vrad.
2 laps to go here at Spa-Francorchamps, and it's been an exhilarating Grand Prix.
A lot of
Entertainment every
incidents.
lap. Yes.
Now there's a yellow flag and it's brute mail again. But he doesn't have front wing damage this time. And Aroko under 4 seconds now. But this won't be close enough. Now Aroko is still behind by 3.7 seconds. They have
We're halfway through the penultimate lap here, and it looks like Honnold's got this in the bag.
definitely. And they just lapped Sebo, and that maybe gave some time to Aroko as well. He has been driving very well on the hard tires as well today.
But that virtual safety car just didn't help him at all, so he was unfortunate there.
Definitely.
He is less than 3 seconds behind Honnold now, but it's a late charge that doesn't look like it's going to pull off.
Yeah, he's getting very close at the moment, at least.
As we enter the final lap, there's 2 seconds between the leaders, and it looks like Honnold's got this in the bag unless he makes a mistake.
Anything can still happen, but it's the final lap now.
These two drivers have both been absolutely brilliant today, but Rocco just got unlucky with safety cars. Rocco's using all of his ERS, draining the battery, trying everything he can to catch up to Honnold, but doesn't look like it's going to work.
Exactly, and
As they enter Sector 2 for the very last time, there's 2 seconds between the leaders.
yeah,
The gap does not seem to be changing. We enter Sector 3 for the very last time.
he gets it
Honnold
under
leading
2
by
seconds, but I don't think there's something Arako could do at the moment.
Unless Honnold has run out of ERS or
He
he's going to have a
did
tyre failure. Ooh,
on board with Arako, but he also is on
but
0 ERS. So Honnold's now bus stop chicane, still can lose it here, but he's got it right. He's done excellent race today, and he wins. Arako goes to P2, gets fastest lap as well. Here is Danny Boy going also for the fastest lap, I believe, as he improves by a lot.
And Danny Boy has had a very lonely race in third position, but a podium is never bad.
Podium is never bad for him.
Let's see if he gets fastest lap.
Let's see if he can do it. He's boosting with ERS. He does get fastest lap.
Very nice.
Now only the Ferrari of Brad, with Brute Mail 1 lap down behind him. As they cross the line, and it's Honnold who wins here in Spa.
Very tight race between the top two, but at the end of the day, none of them made any mistakes, and Honnold just got lucky, I guess.
Alright, now it's time for drivers to get interviewed, of course. So, now, who should we pick first? FHD or Arako? We got the P2. What do you think?
Araka.
Right, so, hello Arako. What a race from you
Hello.
today. You got P2,
Yeah.
you got very close at the end. You were very close the entire time, but then you lost to 5 seconds. What happened there?
I had a half spin coming out of towards the end of pool 1. I had a half spin. I almost hit the wall and got damaged. But if I didn't do that, it probably would have been an easy win since I had the overall pace the entire race.
Very consistent and good driving from you, also in the qualifying. What
Yeah.
could you else tell us about the race and battle with Honnold? It looked very close the entire time, even though you were on hard tires and he was on mediums.
Well, I mean, from what I saw in time trials, I was second best behind Boyarn. Luckily, he went out of the race. But if I didn't do that half spin, I probably would have gotten Honnold in like 3 laps. Then I lost the 5 seconds. And then another mistake was that under the VSC is that I went too fast towards after the end of the main straight. So I had to brake, and then I lost all the time I gained again. But at least the pace was there. Hopefully we can get some points in Australia too.
Okay, thank you very much, Arako. Enjoy your rest of the day.
Thank you.
Honnold, you are the race winner. How does it feel?
Really good. My first race win, one of many. And I had a few opportunities before, but just messed it up every time. And now I just gained from the mistakes of other people.
At the start, you had battle with Borjanko, and then he got the drive-through penalty. Were you under a lot of
and then he
pressure?
spun, and I think Aroko would have overtaken me, but he did a mistake, and then his race was over because he would have come in DRS at the end of the race because he was on hard and on mediums. But then I don't know what happened. He spun, or I don't know.
Were you struggling from tyre wear?
What?
Were you struggling from tyre wear at the end
No,
of the race?
everything was good. Soft medium is a strategy which is recommended from the game, so I think it's the fastest strategy. And the soft hard you can try, but I would just try with safety car.
Right. It's a double podium for Racing Point as well, with Danny Moy at P3. So, very good race for the team and for you, of course. Congratulations on the win. Enjoy the rest of your day. Danny Boy, podium. How does it feel?
Quite good. After qualifying only 7th, so just kept it clean and got the podium. So I'm very happy with that. Especially as well, double podium for the team. So it's a very good feeling.
It was pretty lonely race, and you boxed as last of the soft runners, I believe, or at least from the top runners, you boxed as last. Did you think that lost you some time?
Yeah. I was actually surprised because my tires were very worn, like going into the race. Because in qualifying, I kept messing up. I kept fucking up in quali. I don't know. The card for quali just felt really light and too loose on the rear end. So my tires were really worn because I kept spinning out. So I was like, oh, I'll just see how the race goes. I might have to box for hards instead of soft to medium. But the tires held up really well. I don't know. I'm just really good on the tires. Maybe that's why I'm so slow. But I don't know the tires were really good. So I boxed after Honnold because I was going to box the lap he boxed, but he was ahead, so he got first choice. So I just boxed after him because the tires still felt pretty decent. So
You guys both were giving a tow to each other in the qualifying. Was that planned? Or
yeah, 100%. We'd been practicing it for a while. I was not strong round Spa, so my mentality was I'm gonna help Honnold as much as possible to get him as close to the front because we should just focus on him. So I obviously gave him the slipstream in the qualifying, and he got P3 with it, which is pretty solid, and P2 after Faraday's penalty or whatever. So it was quite good.
alright, congratulations on podium. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much. Take care, guys.
Bruce unlucky today. What happened there with your teammate? It looked very dirty.
Oh, I was trying to pass him, but I misjudged my breaking point. So yeah, I kind of went into him, but no damage was done. And then I was trying to let him I was trying to give him back the position, but he kept swerving. So then I just left it. And then through Radion and through Erosion up to Radion, I was trying to pass him, and he just keep on swerving in front of me. And then he goes far left, and then he goes straight into me and takes himself out and gives me wing damage.
Alright, you made mistake in the qualifying, and then you started on mediums, and it looked like very
Yeah.
good strategy, but then you boxed a lot of times because of front wing damage.
Yeah.
Do you think you could be in
Oh.
before at least with the strategy from the medium tires?
Yeah, I definitely think so. It was a lack because when I was trying to message on this, the game went into AI mode, and then when I was trying to take over, I was near a wall, so it automatically put me in the wall. So I had to pit for a new wing, and it wasn't good at all.
Alright. Unlucky race for you today. Hope it will be better next time for you. See you. Have a good day.
Thanks.
Right now it's time for Sebo. Hello Sebo. P5 after a long time, good amount of points. How does it feel?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I mean, like, it feels amazing. It was really exciting race. I was sweating and these things, but yeah, finally P5. I think this was the best race of this season at all.
You had
And
contact with
I
your
think-
teammate as well. What happened there?
Yeah, he spun, so I was like, okay, so I guess he will let me pass because we are teammates, right? But he was in the middle of the track, so I took the inside, but he didn't let me pass, and he closed me the door, yes, and I crashed into the wall, so I had to pit. But still, I pitted 3 times during this race, and I'm still P5, and I think that's a really good performance from me today. I think I had a pace.
Yeah, very good, and P5 good amount of points after a very long time, and hope it will get better from now on. Enjoy rest of your day. Thank you.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
FAG. Hello, FAG. Unlucky for you today. What happened?
So I had a moment through Eau Rouge. I was terrified. I was in the middle of the track, and Adam was coming up on me. I made the most of what I could do, but on the way into the pits, I hit that little concrete pillar on the inside, knocked off my wheel. So I'm not disappointed because I know now that I can improve my pace as I qualified 4th. behind Faradis and Boyan and Adam. Obviously, I'm up to pace now with the wheel. It's my first month with the wheel. But no, I'm a bit annoyed that I'm a bit annoyed that I DNF'd, but it wasn't anyone else's fault but myself. I don't get annoyed when it's my fault because I know I can improve it for next time. But yeah, better but not great.
All right, very good qualifying from both of you there.
Yes, yeah.
They looked very promising, but in the end, at least
Well,
our team got beat.
Podium for Adam. Second place for Adam. I mean, that's the best. We're still in front of Racing Point, so we haven't jumped McLaren, but we're still in front of Racing Point. So I think that's a good point. I think there's a good amount of points in the bag for us. Yeah.
All right, thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Yeah. Yeah, you have a nice one. Bye bye.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. Thank you, Mexican Burrito, for coming here to commentate with me today. Hope you